Well, I think the audience has also evolved. They have, we have a more open society now than it used to be. So maybe there was, I mean, if you see Devika Rani's film many years ago, she used to work with her husband Himanshu, and they used to have a lot of kissing scenes in their movies. And then they said, no, it's a family, affair. Movie was a family affair, so they stopped doing that because it's embarrassing when you're with your grandmother or with your little kid and you're watching that. But now you have multiplexes, you can appeal to that audience, that niche audience you want to aim, and say, okay, this film is made for this audience. We want the youth to come in, or we want the families to come in, or we want only the adults to come in, So then films are made accordingly, and which is wonderful.
Well, see, I mean, it's tricky showing intimacy on screen. It can look really beautiful because you're trying to show a beautiful moment, expression, and of course there's a reason for it. Or badly done, it can look really bad and tacky. Personally, if you ask me, I'm very uncomfortable with it because you're sort of placing too much trust in other people's hands. But having said that, this film has a certain amount of intimacy, but I at no point felt that it would be something that 10 years down the line I'd be embarrassed to see myself do, or it's something like when I have grandchildren I'll be saying don't watch that film of mine. It's one of those things. But I think with the kind of stories, again, I guess it's about that. If I'm really convinced, if a filmmaking convinced me this is something that, like Munia's character, I mean, she has a certain spark, and you take out that spark, and in the story it wouldn't really sort of go. So it was
she's
just one
saucy,
of those.
she's sparky, she's sexy, she's everything. So
yeah.
It has to come across, and you have to get that out for people to love the character and be with her.
Yeah. So if you take that out, I mean, the stories become totally bland. So it's just one of those things. But like I said, we have such good directors today that they really know how to handle the subject very well. It's more nuanced. It's not titillatory. Earlier everything was about titillation. Ki come and let's titillate the audience. Now it's about a story. It's about two people. They could be.
It's about the moment.
It's about the moment.
Yeah. And what's happening in that moment.
And it's not short key. Like now we're going to focus on it. Or it's just short. It's a moment.
I think in the trailer also they've kept that shot where you come, with the dabba and everything, and Arshad stands there, thinking like, here now she's going to come and she's going to hug me, and he's like, standing like this,
typical,
and she runs in a very
shot.
slow motion, and he's like, okay, now she's going to hug me. She just goes past him.
And I go and hug
her. She goes and hug Begum because she hasn't seen Begum in a long time. She's like, how are you? Are you doing okay? And stuff like that. And then Arshad is like, okay, what do I do? So there were a lot of moments like that in the movie, which are like fun and which are pretty good.